Everyone loves going to their favorite college team sporting event, and what's a couple bucks for some afternoon fun? But would you feel the same way if you knew that athletes, your peers, were getting a portion of the money? A poll from Marist College in 2012 says 68% of sports fans are opposed to college athletes getting paid, and 27% are in favor, while 5% think players should not receive any pay or scholarships. College athletes bring in a huge amount of money to their schools, but I still believe they should not receive anything more than scholarship money. Many people believe student athletes deserve to get paid because of the massive amount of revenue they bring in. Journalist Michael Wilbon wrote that seeing the $11 billion deal between the NCAA and CBS for March Madness made him change his mind about the subject. But even though there is a lot of money being brought in, it cannot simply be given to students for their athletic abilities. The money is needed for other clubs throughout the school. Another argument is that since players risk their bodies every time they play, they deserve money for the risk of injury. In my eyes, college athletes have one of the greatest chances in life someone can get. They have the chance to play professionally and potentially make millions. But being an athlete myself, I know that there are ways you can try to prevent injury, but there is no way to protect yourself all the time. If something happens, it's unfortunate, but you shouldn't receive compensation for it. College athletes have a chance to get scholarships for their talents, just like students with good grades do. But students who receive good grades all throughout college do not get paid for it. So why should athletes get paid for their talents? Because student athletes receive benefits and other students do not, such as free room and board, I do not think they need the extra help. One con is that it would be way too difficult to pay athletes. There are many questions that arise if the players were to get played. Would better players get paid more? Would they get paid differently depending on how much time they play? Will they still get paid if they get injured? Also, where would the money come from? Would they get paid by the school or by the NCAA? There are too many variables when it comes to paying college athletes, which is why we should keep it the way it's always been. Student athletes deserve plenty of attention, but getting paid wouldn't even be beneficial. People argue that if students were paid, they wouldn't need scholarships. But John Thielen from Time Money did the math, and it turns out the math proves otherwise. He figured even if a student athlete at a D1 university, such as Duke or Stanford, was given a $100,000 salary per year, after the cost of tuition, typically around $65,000 a year, and because the student is receiving a salary, it's subject to state and federal income tax, which would approximately be another $34,900. This brings their total up to $99,900, leaving them only $100 left over. Comparatively, a full ride scholarship doesn't sound too bad compared to a $100,000 salary, does it? Playing a sport in college is a privilege. According to scholarship stats, 9% of high school athletes play in college, and only 2% play at a D1 level. They should recognize it as an opportunity and potentially make it big. Furthermore, paying these students athletes will potentially cut programs to raise money for other players. After looking at the pros and cons of paying college athletes, it's obvious to me that it'd be a mistake to give them any more than scholarship money. I hope this has showed you why we cannot pay students and how they do not need the extra incentive. Thank you.